Listen, I'm a Latina. My first language is Spanish. I've been speaking Spanish my whole life. But still, I don't like watching like Spanish TV shows. Regardless, I watch this TV show. So just listen to me and watch this TV show because you're not gonna regret it. Hi guys, it's Jai and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I want to talk about this TV show called Money Heist. In Spanish it's called La Casa de Papel. So season 3 just came around and I want to talk about it, but before going into spoilers I want to just explain the TV show a little bit. I don't know how many people in America watch this TV show. I've seen a lot of people. For this TV show to be based in Spain, it's crazy how many people are seeing it in America. So I don't really know how many people have actually heard about this TV show, but it seems like there's a group of people that actually watch it. If you haven't watched it, I'm gonna give you like a little explanation of what this TV show is about without any spoilers, obviously. Basically, there's this guy called the Professor, as in the teacher or something like that, and he is basically a mastermind, and he has this plan to rob a very powerful bank, not just your neighborhood bank or whatever, like a very powerful big ass bank, like one from a capital or something, like your most famous bank or something. He has this plan and he recruits a bunch of people, like 7 people, I don't know how many, whatever. He recruits some people, like less than 10 people, to form part of this plan. And so the show, the first and second season, is basically based on like 3 days. Basically 3 days, and it goes like back and forth to him forming the plan and teaching them how they're gonna do this, and it jumps into the actual present when they're actually robbing the bank, and there's a lot of twists and turns. The police is also involved and you get to see what they are doing, trying to get all of these people out, because they have like people, how do you call it, when you rob a bank and you have like people inside, like clients, whatever. They have those people inside. The police is trying to save them, and somehow this TV show is so good that you end up rooting for the bad guys. Even though they're doing something bad, you end up rooting for them, and you end up wanting them to get out of the bank alive and wanting them to get out of the bank with money. But yeah, that's everything I can say. I just want to say that my explanation doesn't do it justice at all. There's no way I can explain how good this TV show is. I mean, if you want to have a heart attack, this is the show you should watch. Easy. But yeah, watch this TV show. It's on Netflix. I guess you can put it with subtitles or you can do it dubbed, whatever you like. And yeah, I guess I'm gonna talk about season 3 now. So if you haven't watched it, I am really sad to see you go, but bye. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, just so you know, where's my watch, just so you can like click off. So okay, you're gonna hi again. So season 3, well, I'm gonna be talking about not everything that happened in season 3, but just everything that caught my eye and that I think about in this moment. There was a lot of things happening and I am so excited for season 4. Like, I need it in my life right now. When season 1 and 2 happened, I already had like season 2 in it, so I could just see the whole season 1 and 2 very fast in the moment, and I didn't get to wait. But now I have to wait and it's like killing me. The first thing I have to say is that when season 3 kind of was told to be happening, that there was season 3, I was thinking like, how are they gonna make this work? Like, they already escaped the bank, there's no need to go and rob a bank again. Like, if you escape all of that, everything that they did in season 1 and 2, I wouldn't come back, obviously. I just thought that season 3, that was a really stupid thought of me, but I thought that it would be like them getting together and trying to like run away from the cops somehow, but obviously they couldn't do that all season, so I guess they had to rob a bank again, and they did. So in the start, we see how Tokyo decides to do something, and then she decides to leave Rio behind. I mean, I was understanding of the fact that she was in an island, like with only very little people, and obviously she wanted to get into the world. But my question is, why did you have to leave Rio behind? Why couldn't you go with him and have your personal social life when he could also have his personal social life? But no, you had to go alone. You had to break his heart because you're Tokyo. You are really toxic, Tokyo. But whatever, what can I do? I was mad at her, but I was also understanding, but mostly mad. But what can I say? If it wasn't for Tokyo, we wouldn't have a season 3. The reunion, how all the characters got together again. It was when Helsinki and Nairobi came and they like jumped into the water. Rich people life, huh? When they took Rio and he had the bazooka, the thingy, when he had that thing, bazooka. I'm just gonna call it bazooka. That's not how it's called though. The thing, when he had that thing and he was trying to shoot one, but then he saw that there was a lot over there and he just kind of gave up. I felt so bad for him, and again, so mad at Tokyo. Rio would do everything to see that Tokyo is okay, and well, he just did that. When we were in the table with all the family together except for Rio, and they were like discussing going back to, you know, steal a bank, I honestly, like, if I was in the position of Denver and Stockholm, I would like never go back, because if you have a child, I think that's just completely irresponsible. Like, I do understand, and again, we wouldn't have a season 3 if it wasn't for them like going, but I just wouldn't, like, I'm not the most maternal person, but if I had a child, I wouldn't just risk it all and leave my child behind and completely alone. Then again, Denver's comments about, why are you leaving your son to Stockholm when he was doing the same? Like, what's the difference between her doing it and him doing it? Even though later on we just understood he was like scared for her, and he was, you know, he needed her to be okay for him to be okay, which is completely understandable, and that's just love. But you know, sometimes Denver doesn't know how to explain himself in the best way possible. Now, I was thinking about when we saw how they were torturing, like damaging, however you say it, Rio, I felt so damn bad, and I was thinking that this stuff probably happens in real life. I mean, yeah, it's the police, it's the law, but stuff like that probably happens in real life, and I was just thinking about that the whole episode. And I also connected a lot to this season because right now in Puerto Rico there's a lot of protests, you know, going on, and we're trying to overcome the government. Yes, that we're trying to do that. We already had the governor resign, and just this season, just seeing how everyone was in protest and how our favorite characters are like an inspiration for other people in the show, and just seeing how these people that rob the bank are basically seen like Robin Hood, and we see how they're inspiration to their country. They're also an inspiration to us. So we are inside the bank, and we have Palermo as, you know, the leader of this whole thing, aside from the professor. But inside the bank, Palermo is the leader, and I just have to say one thing. Why does the professor always pick the craziest, most psychotic person to be the leader? Like, why? Last time we had Berlin and he was crazy psychotic. I mean, a lot of people love him, I don't hate him. There was his good side, there was his bad side, I can't, whatever. But why does the professor always pick the most craziest person, the person who could literally effed up the whole plan just because they're mad or something, just because they, I don't know, want to kill someone in the group? Because he would, you know, happily do that. He almost like tied up Nairobi, and he would probably have killed her if things like escalated more. Like, I just have that one question. I mean, is that Is that what you're supposed to do? If you're gonna rob a bank, are you supposed to get the most psychotic person to be the leader? Why? I'm just seeing kind of a pattern here. Other stuff I could talk about, like how the professor is always one step ahead and thinking about all the stuff. When Rio came back to the bank and he had this little chip somewhere, I totally thought the professor know this. The professor has to know that if they're going to get him back from the outside, he has to have some type of chip in. And I thought the chip was in his clothes, so I was like, oh, well, he's gonna take his clothes off and that's it. But no, it was like in his actual body. And I totally thought, oh, the professor has this covered, and he did. When he started like asking, like, what did I do to you? What happened, how long, and this and that, and when he started asking questions very detailed, I thought, yeah, I was right, definitely. He's doing this not only to like make the pregnant lady, to make the pregnant lady seem, worse, not worse, seem bad, make the pregnant lady seem like she is, like make her look bad. Not only that, but I just completely like saw it coming that the professor knew. But don't get me wrong, the professor is always one step ahead, but the police this season, damn, the police they are not, I mean, I completely understand they're stronger than they were last season, because now they know that the professor and the gang are completely crazy and they can get away with anything. They said it, the cops said it like 15 times this season, like that they shouldn't like think less of them or think that they had it covered, because this gang of robbers are the best there are. That is definitely the truth. The last episode, everything that happened just completely, like the last episode, I couldn't like get off from my chair. I just had to watch it and I couldn't stop because it was crazy. Okay, first we see that Lisboa and the professor are in the woods and they're trying to escape the cops, and I see the professor climbing and I'm like, okay, this is fine. And then I see that this Lisboa can't climb and I'm like, oh, this is not gonna go well. So there comes a moment where we all think that Lisboa is dead. Let me tell you, that hurt me most. And in the other hand, we had Nairobi dying, and I love Nairobi, but I don't know why Lisboa's death hurt me a lot more. And obviously it got a lot of things happening a lot of things happened because of that death. Not only was the professor in stress with Lisboa dying, but on the other hand, the whole gang was in stress because Nairobi had been shot. And I don't think she will die. Like, I hope she won't die, but it really seems like she will die. Like, a part of me thinks there will be a miracle, but they really made it seem like she was on her last breaths. So Nairobi, the whole scene with her child, that was so heartbreaking. I really thought at first when they opened the bear and there was drugs, I really thought like the pregnant lady was trying to like expose her to drugs and trying to make her come back to drugs, but that wasn't the case. It was more remembering her of her son, which was sad. The whole time I was waiting for Stockholm to tell her like, let's not listen to this, let's just forget about this, don't go to the window, but she did and stuff happened. But anyway, because of Lisboa and Nairobi, the cops tried to come in a moment where they knew people were in stress in the gang, and the moment that had me shocked, when the cops are about to come in, they open the doors and they shot the bazooka. They shot it and they kill people. The first rule, not the first, but one of the most important rules of the professor is that they don't kill people, and because of Lisboa, they did. The fact that this wasn't a robbery anymore, it was a war, had me just like, it was a really great season. I wouldn't say that it was better than season 1 or 2. I really can't decide which one is better. I don't think we should. I think they're different concepts. I mean the same, but completely different, and they still make you stick to the TV and not want to turn it off. So yeah, I guess that's all I have to say about season 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and tell me down below the thing that most shocked you about season 3. Something's gonna go real bad next season. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a big like, comment, and subscribe. If you want me to talk about a different TV show or recommend me a TV show, just tell me down below. I'll see you next time. Bye.